Part 2 Forms of GBV. Part A. Hello guys, welcome back. Last lesson we were introduced to GBV and specifically the difference between gender and sex and what they mean. Please go to www.kingplatform.com and take the online exam to see if you understood this lesson. Thank you. In this lesson, we shall learn the different types and forms of GBV. Number 1. Female infanticide. Female infanticide is an extreme form of GBV, encompassing actions such as aborting female fetuses and killing girl babies. This practice is particularly common in India and China, where millions of girls and women are now missing. Parents in these countries are under pressure to produce male heirs to guard the family line. Families tend to see their girl children as burdens, particularly if dowry is required. Number 2. Harmful traditional practices. Harmful traditional practices such as female genital mutilation or cutting, in short, FGM, early and forced marriage, polygamy and isolations, are practiced in many communities. These practices are primarily directed at girls and women. HTPs stem from deeply entrenched social, economic and political structures, and are tools used to control the lives of girls and women, limiting their independence and future opportunities. While associated with patriarchal norms, both women and men carry out HTPs. Women's participation in these practices must be viewed within the social convention which dictates that these practices must be followed if the woman or girl wants to be part of the community. Women and girls themselves may therefore opt for, or put their children through, these practices despite knowing the risks. Not doing so would mean a lifetime of stigma and rejection by the community. HTPs, such as FGM and early and forced marriage, have grave consequences for girls who are subjected to them. They are practices to control girls' and women's sexuality. Large age gaps within marriage where the man is much older than the female further contribute to abusive power dynamics and interpersonal violence. The age difference between young women and their male partners is also a significant HIV risk factor. Partly due to biological reasons, immature cervixes are thought to increase vulnerability to HIV and to older partners being more likely to have a longer sexual history, increasing the risk of exposure to sexually transmitted diseases. Initial approaches to addressing FGM emphasize the dangers that girls are exposed to by undergoing the procedure. One of the unintended consequences of this approach has been the increased medicalization of the practice, which just means it is now done in hospitals. While this has reduced the likelihood of girls contracting infections and dying of blood loss, it has not changed the grave medical problems associated with the procedure later in life. Nor has it changed the underlying social norms that control the sexuality of girls and women. Approaches that target whole communities to promote human rights-based social norms have proved more successful, but have not completely eradicated HTPs, so more needs to be done, and that is why we believe that educating men on GBV is very crucial, as they play a very significant role in its eradication. Hope you enjoyed this module and has been brought to you by King, always advocating for the welfare of boda riders in Kenya and for the safety of women and girls in public transport. Look out for Module 2 Part B, www.kingaplatform.com.